Mic check, mic check.
Race cars off, get ready.
Green flag in the air, Marty waving it like they just don't care.
Green, 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 green.
Jonathan Singer in deep. Oh, he makes contact.
You're watching the Bolt Grand National Series, only on Eric's Wacky Racing.
Well, good evening, folks. Welcome back to Eric's Wacky Racing. I hope you're having a great night here tonight. We're here with the Bolt Racing League, their final race of the season here at Kansas Motor Speedway. This is going to be the race for the championship. They got kind of a 2-horse race, possible 3-horse race here. It's going to be Nick Hapiak. I just looked at that. Nick Hapiak's got the lead right now over Pacey Wyatt with a 9-point lead, and then Jimmy Munch 26 points back off Nick. So may have a chance, may not, but he's only about 5 points ahead of Rodney in that 4th spot. So close points battle here all the way around. It could be an interesting one. Kart Racer 488 saying, hey, what's up, man? How are you tonight? We're getting ready to rock and roll here. A little extra information here on on the track or on the race here tonight. We're going to go for 100 laps here tonight. 50% fuel, 4 extra sets of tires, 0 fast repairs. First stage, only stage, going to be at lap 40. And they are running the Kansas Open setup here in the last gen cars, not the next gen. These are the old school cars from years past. So they're out here racing them and having some fun. And Mr. Happ saying, welcome race fans. Hopefully you guys are all having a good time. We're waiting for them to get rocking and rolling, still trying to get them to grid up here. It looks like a few drivers, had one driver showing a little short here, or late, but yep. A little more extra information here. Track temp is 82 degrees. Kansas 1.5 mile track. Huh? Oh. Sorry. My wife said something to our son, so I want to congratulate my son here. He graduated today from high school, so gonna give him a big shout out here. And we got a caution flag out, so should be a fun one here tonight. Like I said, 50% fuel. Trying to think of how many. I guess we're gonna find out here, folks, together, how many laps they can go before they gotta go and find or come down and get in there to get some food. K-Dog, you saying congratulations? Yeah, definitely congratulations to our son. Definitely a big achievement there. All right, we're gonna go ahead and run through your race grid.
Starting on the pole, Pacey Wygant. Second, Nick Hapiak. Third, Rodney Ayers. Fourth, Jimmy Minch. Fifth, Donnie Knight. Sixth, Lane Myers. Seventh, Michael Morgan. Eighth, Aaron Dukes.
And Aaron Dukes is not showing up for some reason, so it looks like they got one extra lap here. They bobbing and weaving, so 7 cars strong here tonight for their final race. Kind of seems like that's how it usually goes. Those guys that aren't in the chase or have a chance to improve don't usually show up for the final race. I'm not sure why that is. If you guys want to comment in the chat down below why you think that is, or hey, who do you think's going to come home with the stage win? So stage going to be a lap 40 here tonight, so should be an interesting one. And hopefully it all goes good here tonight for all the drivers and everybody out there. Alrighty. Lights off on the pace truck. Like I said, don't hesitate to comment. Who do you think's gonna come home with the stage win here tonight? And who do you think's gonna come home with the win? Let us know in the chat. Alrighty, we're gonna take her. I got the flag bench. Alright. Race ready to rock and roll here. Barney up there getting ready to wave that flag. He gonna wave it. He waves it like he just don't care. We're off here at Kansas Speedway for 100 laps. Two by two. 3 rows deep. Down through the first corner. Pacey's starting to pull out the lead here. He gets out in front. Looks like Rodney trying to work down low. 3 cars up high, trying to work that higher line. Nick right on the back bumper of Pacey. Those two are kind of racing for the championship. Pacey just 9 points back here from Nick. So Pacey gonna have to try everything he can to get every little point that he can. Well, he just got to see if he can get her done here tonight. Nick trying to make a move for the race lead. As he looked down low, Pacey still up on the high side. The 94 of Jimmy right there behind him. He's another driver kind of still trying to hold off that 17 car for that third place in points. Other 3 cars back there, that is Donnie, Lane, and Michael Morgan. They kind of nose to tail there. Donnie kind of pulling away from that group just a little bit as the 6 under fire from the 94 of Jimmy. Jimmy on that outside line. The outside line works really good, but it does eat them tires up a little bit. So those are your, you do it or you don't. You just got to figure out what you're going to do. A 94 of Jimmy trying to go for the race lead. Goes, takes her down to the bottom side. Trying to get around that 00 car. Not able to clear it. Now Rodney back there in the 17 under fire from the 2 of Donnie. Donnie goes, well, Donnie was going down low, but I might have got the cards confused. Oh, excuse me. Top 4 nose to tail. Right now, battle on for P5. Laying down low, trying to get around Donnie in the 2. Not getting that drive off. Everybody kind of going up to that high side and getting her working up there. The 2 taking a dive down low. As the 06 Michael Morgan getting around the 28 of Lane. Now he's looking to try to get around the 2. The 6 of Nick Hapiak down low, trying to take over P2 up front there. Looks like he's gonna get her done. Pacey's still holding on to the lead. He's got that car working pretty good up on that top side. I do know these iRacing open sets a little bit looser than what most people are used to off the fixed setups. Pacey dives down, tries to give a little bit of pull to the 94, it looked like. Nick on that outside gets a good dig on that outside, trying to take over P2 on the top side from the 94. The 94 under fire now from Rodney. Down the back chute they go. He's going to slot back in the line to P4, and then there's the 06. Michael Morgan trying to make that bottom side work. Hopefully we see that bottom come in. Kansas tends to be kind of a topside track at times. But we have seen a lot of race come in on the bottom side. People saving them tires on that bottom. Rodney trying to make a move. But unfortunately going to fall backwards here. One position. Jimmy going to take back over that 3rd spot. Pacey still out front. Running the show, and Pacey needing to do that to get every single point that he can to try to catch up to Nick. Nick in the 6 car is our points leader. Final race of the night. Got a 9-point lead, so he can't put a foot out of line here. It's a pretty close call. And you got Jimmy right there behind him in the 94. Nick trying to make a move down low. Can he clear it for the race lead? We got a new race leader. Nick Hapiak out front, but Pacey going to try to work back down to the bottom side, down through 3 and 4. Sends her down low. Can he clear the 6? He's going to get her done. Oh, the 94 tags the wall there. Pacey back out front. Unfortunately, Nick not able to make the... don't forget what I was calling. Ooh, man. Somebody said Norman. Or, excuse me, Calvin. Yeah, Calvin. Sorry, huh? Been a long day, so... Calvin Newman saying, who me? So Pacey out front with Nick right behind him. Jimmy Munch under fire. Lane coming up from the 28 of Lane. Making some moves now. Making some noise. Able to get around the 94 as we got a possible race or lead change up front, but Nick not able to make that move. But I gotta give a good shout out there in the lane. He is getting her up there. He started 6th, currently sitting 3rd. Biggest mover of right now. Don't make that top side work for him with that top side momentum to clear the 94. Down the front stretch, down into 1 and 2 they go. They are flirting with that wall. That is the scary part. Flirting with that wall. Could send you into the wall and backwards quick. But the 94 of Jimmy keeping that pressure on down low. Trying to get around that 28 car. Jimmy wanting to get as many points as he can. As Rodney is kind of falling back here. Back to 6th. Michael Morgan in the 06. Kind of holding back there. Kind of just chilling out possibly. Wondering if he's gonna just kind of take her easy. Maybe try to save some fuel. We're not sure exactly how far they go or can go here on the tank. They only got 50% fuel, so it could be an interesting one. The lane able to hold on to that over Jimmy. As lane goes blinky blinky, and we got a little wiggly there. But 2 of Donnie up to P4 now. He's currently up 1 position from which he started. He started P5. Top 3 guys right there, riding into the wall, and it looked like Lane and the 28 tagged the wall. That's going to allow the 2 of Donnie to slide up in front of him. Down the front stretch they go. Lane kind of free falling right now. Top 2 drivers way up top on the track. But Donnie making that bottom side work right now. Pacey leaves the door open and then shuts it there. Top 2 kind of knows the tail. Lane kind of all by himself, or excuse me, Donnie all kind of by himself, lonesome down there by himself. He's making her work though. So if you guys know how many laps they can go on a take, let us know in the chat. I'd appreciate it. So Pacey's still holding on to the lead. The 2 of Donnie down low, trying to dig there to get to the back or by Nick. Nick looked like he might have tagged that wall just ever so slightly coming off. As he sends her way down low. Pacey right out in front of him here. Not able to make that pass work, but able to keep on rolling. But 2 of Donnie still working that bottom side. He's definitely making her work really good out there. And the 94 coming down pit road. They're like, what? We coming down pit road? We gotta get some fuel. So he's coming down 18 laps complete. Remember, first stage is at lap 40. Let us know in the chat who you think's gonna come home with the stage win. Or if we're gonna have a caution. Pacey currently still holding the race lead, with Nick trying to run him down. Top 3 have kind of broken away from the rest of the pack. Donnie back behind him, just about 2 to 3 car lengths back behind him. He's still trying to make that bottom side work. I think that might pay dividends if he can hold on to them tires. Currently we got Rodney in the 17 sitting P4 with Lane in the 28 right there on his back bumper. The 06 of Michael Morgan currently up to P6. He's kind of out there hanging out, trying to finish races. So that's always a good deal. The 94 of Jimmy Munch came down pit road just a lap ago. Has got fuel, tires, possibly. Yeah, fuel and tires, I'm going to say. And back out on the racetrack. So he's got the freshest set. Currently, Jimmy in the 94. One lap down. Excuse me, I kind of lost track of what I was thinking. a senior moment? Uh-oh. A battle for P2, and Donnie takes over that second spot. Rodney coming down pit road now with 21 laps on his tires. In the 17. But change up for P2. Nick Happyack coming down pit road now. Pacey hanging on out front with the two of Donnie right there behind him. So far, 3 drivers have came down pit road to get some service done. Rodney's still on pit road. He spent 14.8 seconds. A little bit of a long pit stop there for him. Pacey's still out there leading it. Pacey coming in from the lead, comes down pit road. 23 laps done. Donnie gonna stretch her to 24. Pacey and Lane also coming down on 28, coming down pit road. Well, let's see if Donnie stretches it one more, or if he comes down pit road. Michael Morgan has yet to pit. And he is coming down pit road. Oh, he got sideways. Uh-oh. He's sideways down pit road. He saves it, though. But that is going to cost him a lot of time there on pit road. Michael Morgan staying out. Getting the lap led, though. In that 06 car. Right now, fastest pit stop has been Lane in the 28. With a 5.9 second. I'm going to say fuel only for that driver. Michael Morgan in the 06. Only driver that has yet to pit. He has stretched it to 25 laps. Stage coming at lap 40. "26 laps. How much more can he go?" So currently has everybody 1 lap down. So if a caution was to come out right now, he'd be the only car on the lead lap. That'd be good news for him. But good to see him out there doing so good. And he's coming down pit road. Does he have any issues? No, he comes down good and clean. So right now, not sure how this is gonna cycle out, but Michael Morgan able to stretch it to 27 laps. Jimmy Munch, 8 laps on his tires, and currently sitting in P2. He did an early pit stop, and I think that's going to put him out front once it all cycles through here. But we're going to wait and find out before we call it official. Donnie losing a lot of spots with that slide into pit road has dropped him from outside the top 5 to the 6th spot. Coming across the line, I'm assuming Jimmy's gonna go up top. Yep. So Jimmy Minch, excuse me, out front in the 94, doing what he needs to do. Currently sitting P2 is Nick Happyack in the 6th. Pacey Wygant sitting P3. Lane in the 28, currently sitting P4. And that might change here. Looks like the 2 of Donnie has gotten around the 28, so that should put him up to P4 and Lane to P5. Michael Morgan now 1 lap down in the 06 car. I'm not sure if he had some pit stop problems or what. He goes 2 laps down. Our race leader right there on the back bumper of... Oh no, that's Pacey. Excuse me, I thought it was our race leader. That's Pacey trying to run down Nick. But our race leader all by his lonesome out there, way out there in the 94 car. He's like, I got clean sailing. He got about 6 seconds over second and third right now. 10 laps to go before stage. 30 complete, 40 to go. Michael Morgan in the old 6. Gonna have to get around him so he can get down to at least one lap. So come on, Michael. Get her going, man. Go get that 94 and get around him. Get one of your laps back the hard way. Currently, Michael Morgan in the 06. Only car, one lap down. Pacey looks like he has worked his way around Nick for that P2 spot. These guys battling back and forth. Nick trying to look down low. Once again, Pacey on that high side. 10 laps to go. Lane in the 28. At the shortest pit stop, but has fallen back to P6. I'm pretty sure he did fuel only and went right back out there. Maybe he's trying to save a set of tires. But 4 extra sets, plenty of tires. Best race still on track here between Pacey and Nick. They are doing their darndest to catch up to Jimmy in the 94. Donnie in the 2. Currently at P4. Great recovery thus far after sliding into pit road. Only losing basically one spot before the pit cycle started. Rodney in the 17, sitting P5. Out there doing his best. He's kind of racing with Jimmy, trying for points. He's just a few points out behind him, so he's needing all the points he can get. So he got a long ways to go. Like, hammer down, bro. Hammer down. "35 laps complete. 5 to go to stage." Jimmy Minch out front, holding on to the lead. Still currently holds about a 2-second gap over our second and third place driver. They are doing their darndest to run him down. Don't know if they got enough time. Pacey leading the charge though, with Nick right there behind him. That's your second and third place. Closest battle on the track. And they are doing their darndest to catch up to that race leader. They're still running sub 31 seconds. A race leader running at 31.6. They were running last time by at 30.9. Pacey needs every point that he can get, so he is going to be pushing that car hard to try to catch up to that 94 so he can gain some points here on Nick. But if Nick follows him through, he's not going to gain a whole lot, but he could use those stage points. Jimmy, another driver, definitely needing those stage points. If he can get them and hold on to them, that may put him in the hunt. Right now, Jimmy holding on to the lead. He's going to have some company here shortly. They have ran him down to about a half second, with coming up to 2 sticks to go for the stage. Pacey sitting there up high. Jimmy going to have to put the block on him. Oh, Jimmy tags the wall. Pacey drops down low. And that's going to put him ahead of him. 1 lap to go. Nick in the 6 now to the inside of the 94. Trying to get to P2. Jimmy going to try to cross him over, but not able to get there. Maybe down into 3 and 4. Pacey now out front. So like I said, he is needing all the points he can get to try to catch up to that 6 car. And across the line they come. It's going to be Pacey, Nick, Jimmy, Donnie in the 2, gonna come home 4th. Rodney in the 17, gonna come home 5th here for the stage. And Lane in the 28 comes home 6th. Michael Morgan and the 06 coming home 7th. 2 lap, or no, we only 1 lap down, so good job there, man. Got her down to 1 lap, so you might be back on the lead lap, bro. So Pacey needing those points. He got them. He was definitely needing them, though. Try to catch up to that 6 car that's behind him. Sorry, I'm kind of going through them. As we're coming up to the pace car. So as you see them line up here. Stage complete. Pacey coming home with a stage win. Well, folks, who do you think is gonna come home with the race win? Let us know in the chat as they come down pit road. Front 2 cars battling for a championship. Jimmy trying to put his name into this one. I just think he might be just a little bit too far out. I'm expecting 4 tires and fuel for all of them. I don't know what you guys think. Race off pit road. Oh, that's a close one. I'd hate to be the one having to call that. Well, we're going to go click up there and see. Nick beats Pacey off of pit road. Must have been by just barely a centimeter. I mean, it was too close for me to call. They're coming off. I couldn't tell who it was. But hey, the computer told us. Awesome, awesome, awesome. So Nick doing what he needed to do on pit road. Comes in, makes a 13.4 second stop. So probably 4 tires of fuel. Got back out there and gets out in front of Pacey. Seven drivers out there. Donnie in the 2 coming down pit road again. Looks like, yeah, coming down. Getting some more service possibly. Might have tagged the wall a little bit hard. Decided you need to try to get some of that work done. Like I said, folks, don't hesitate. Let us know in the chat who you think is gonna come home with the win. Yes, you're right. Or you can tell me how crazy I sound. That'll be fine too. I'm just out here having a good old time. So caution free thus far. This is the only excuse me. Sorry, the ticker said 2 cautions. Like, this is the only caution we've had. So, only caution we've had. What? Like, every driver comes down pit road here. They're all gonna get a black flag, though, for coming down too late, I would say. Interesting situation here. I'm assuming they're topping off on fuel. And it looks like Pacey gonna beat him off pit road now. Well, How about that? That's the strangest thing I've ever seen. We go 1 to green, every driver drops down to pit road. So that means every driver probably has a black flag. We're gonna have to get that cleared. So that means single file restart here. Talk about the strangest thing I've ever seen. All right, we're gonna crank her up here, folks.
Green flag.
Well, we got a battle for the race lead, and that is the 17 on the outside, trying to work that high side, get around that 00 car. The 17 of Rodney puts her out front. Everybody kind of spread out here a little bit. I'm assuming they're going to have to make this possibly 1 to possibly 2 stops here to finish off the race. They only got 50% fuel, so I think Rodney out there in the 17, he decided he's just going to go for it and make the 2 stops. Said, well, we just ain't going to make it, and we're just going to go as hard as we can. Try to get that gap over to the 2nd place. It seems like everybody else here is in kind of fuel saving mode. Pacey running in 2nd. Nick into that 3rd spot. The 28 of Lane sitting P5. The 94 sitting Lane sitting P4. Jimmy sitting P5. The 2 of Donnie sitting P6. Trying to make the move on the 94. The 06 I think has retired from the race. So Godzilla says biggest field of the season. Well, hard to say on that one there, man. I would say probably not, but hey, that's kind of the way it goes when people are racing for the championship. They just don't show up if they ain't gonna win it. Currently, the 28 of Lane has taken over that 3rd spot. Pacey working on the bottom side. Rodney able to open up a gap to almost about a 2nd, but looks like Pacey decided to put down some speed and starting to try to catch up to Rodney in the 17. Really, these guys are kind of the closest battle on the track. I'll check back here with Donnie. Yep. So closest battle on track here is for basically first all the way back. Rodney now coming down low. Pacey goes high. Gonna get down or up and around him. Excuse me, not down and around him. The 28 of Lane going around Rodney there now. The 6 of Nick now down to the inside. Gonna try to get him around. Win, place, show. Happy act. Why'd you... Minch, excuse me. I guess. That's my guess. Awesome. Fish wraps. But Nick's my son, and so a little... Hey, that's nothing wrong with that, to be a little biased wanting your son to get in there and get the win. Basie still out front with Lane sitting P2. Nick sitting in that 3rd spot. Well, that's a nice thing to say. He'd be satisfied with any one of them. They're all great drivers. So Nick trying to make a move to P2. He gets down to the inside of the 28. Gonna clear him. Rodney in the 17 now to the inside, trying to make the move on the 28. Has yet to make that move, but the 28 of Lane able to hold on to it. It's kind of interesting to see the 2 different strategies now. These guys may have decided, well, we just gonna have to make a 2-stop and just go for it. And a few other drivers, I think, back there are trying to save. But that is just my speculation. Rodney's still trying to make the move on Lane for that 3rd spot. Godzilla is saying, let's hope there's not a big one, or Jimmy will be in a great spot. That is for sure. Jimmy being great spot. I really think he's trying to save to make it only a 1-stop race. He has fallen 9 seconds off the pace. We did see a driver stretch to about, I want to say 24. Oh no, it was 26 or 27 laps here before stage. Still great battle here for P3 between the 28 and the 17. It was close there. It was really close. In fact, we was gonna come and touch doors here. Unfortunately, Jimmy gonna have to really play his strategy well. And I think Donnie in the 2 is starting to think about that too, as well. Now we know these guys up here, up front, are, when they're running that top side, they are running a lot more fuel. It's a longer way around. You just use more fuel. It's kind of a common sense thing here. So you know they ain't saving much right now. But they are running 30.3s. Track tip has dropped down to 82 degrees with 42 laps to go. So it's really going to be interesting to kind of see what happens here. They all came down 17 laps ago. And like I said, I think they're going to have to possibly make 2 stops the way these guys are running. You run on that high side, he was using them tires. Lane in the 28. Doing his best to hold off Rodney. Rodney gets up the outside. Now looking to try to pass him, coming down into 1 and 2. That high side got the momentum. That bottom side can save tires and save fuel. But Rodney now up to P3, getting around Lane. Pacey out front, Nick in 2nd, Rodney in 3rd, Lane in the 28, P4, Donnie in the 2, P5, Jimmy in the 94, P6, and our only retiree, Michael Morgan, P7. So Pacey out front. Gonna check out from Nick's view as he's trying to run down that pink machine there. Nick looking down low. Down the back chute they go. Oh, we're hearing some saving now. Let's jump to our race leader here. Nick is trying to save a little bit of fuel. We heard the throttle cut completely out, so he's clutching her. Pacey, no save. He no save. Nick is saving, though, a little bit. So you hear that? It's like almost completely silent. Now let's go back here to Rodney and see what he's doing. Is he trying to save any fuel? They may try to save one spot. Lane in the 28 has got him one lap down. I'm not sure what happened to him. He may have pitted early. We're kind of listening to Rodney now. He is not saving at all. Oh man, he's pushing hard. So he's scrubbing them front tires. Let's go check with Donnie. Let's see what he's doing. I think Donnie may be on that strategy of trying to save. Let's see if he's clutching it in. Not hearing anything from Donnie, but it doesn't look like he's getting full throttle here. It looks like he is about 1,000 off, 1,000 Rs, so he's maybe not using full bore all the way through. Let's jump back here with Jimmy in the 94. See what he's doing. I think he's another one of those drivers that's not quite using full throttle. He might be running about 3/4 throttle because he's not hitting that 9,000 RPM going into the corners. So interesting to see. Different concepts here on how they're driving. So back up front, Pacey holding the lead. Nick running in that second spot. Rodney P3. And they all three are kind of running a little bit different here. Nick doing his best to save a little bit of fuel. So I wonder if they're going to come up short. Well, let's go check out the 28 here. He was on pit road. Has got one lap down. So he came down 5 laps ago. So Wayne has decided to make this a 2-stop race. He put his eggs in that basket already. He came down pit road, got the 4 fresh stickers, fuel, and back out. He did struggle with a little bit of the pit stop. He made a 14.9 second pit stop, so a little bit slow. But he can make up that time there on the track if those guys end up running out of fuel. And he got fresher tires. So definitely different strategies here. We're hearing dumping of the clutches. Let's jump back on board here with Pacey here. Let's see if he's dumping the clutch now. Yeah, he's dumping. Nick's dumping. Let's see if Rodney here, the 17, is dumping here when we go into 3 and 4. He is also dumping the clutch. So top 3 drivers clutching her, trying to make her to the next point. Donnie clutching her. Let's ride along with Jimmy here in the 94. Let's see if he's doing the same thing. A lot of drivers trying to make this just a two-stop race. They got to make it a few more laps here. He is also dumping a clutch. Yeah, I'll be honest with you. But how much they're going to have to probably try to save. Even if they pitted now, Lane may have the better strategy. It's just hard to say. He's going to have fresher tires. He's not going to have to slow down. He's just going to have to go full bore the entire race. Here, his fastest lap was a 30.4. So it will be very, very interesting to see how this all plays out here tonight. Pacey coming down early. I don't know if he's going to have enough to go all the rest of the way, but he's going to try to short pit it. Nick out there right now. I would say a sure bet is 25. But you're still going to have to save a little bit. Nick out there right now, taking over the lead, trying to save the fuel. Nick coming down pit road. Rodney coming down pit road. Ooh, he got a little sideways there. Donnie in the 2. Coming down pit road. Everybody's coming down pit road now. So the only drivers... well... Is that? A 28 come down pit road. What's going on here? Okay, so throw everything I said out the window. Lane caught me off guard here. And pitted again. Well, this is very, very interesting here. I didn't expect Lane to come down pit road. I figured he was going to go for another, 10 laps or so. And, cycle out, but didn't quite work. Pacey up on that high side. Nick, is he going to hold on to the race lead? Pacey gets to his back bumper. Pacey looks to the high side. Down into 1 and 2. Nick's still trying to come up to race speed. Or race pace. Nick putting her down low. Trying to hold on to the race lead with that Pacey in that purplish car on that outside. No top side momentum. Gonna hold it down there. But good side-by-side battle here for the race lead. Pacey actually did get him last time across the line, and it looks like Pacey gonna get him again. So right now, you got Pacey, Nick, Rodney, Jimmy, Donnie, Lane, Michael. Pacey running the high line. Nick on the low line. Pacey kind of in a weird situation. He pitted 2 laps earlier. No, 1 lap earlier. And then Nick. So he's going to end up having to save some fuel somewhere. Where he saves it is a good question. So Pacey takes over the top spot. With Nick right back on his back bumper. Rodney sitting P3. We'll run through your racing order here. So Pacey is your race leader. The 6 of Nick. Sitting P2, the 17 of Rodney. Sitting P3, the 94 of Jimmy. Sitting P4. Donnie. Sitting P5. And Lane in the 28. Sitting P6. Michael Morgan in the 7. First driver to hit the retiree button. Battle for the race lead coming off of 4. Can Nick get it this time by? No, he does not. Barely misses it. Pacey holding on to it. This could be good news and or bad news here for Rodney. Depends on how fast Rodney's pushing her. But right now, Pacey and Nick battling with each other side by side. That should slow them down. So yeah, they did run just a couple hundredths of a second slower than Rodney as they are battling. So if Rodney can keep up the pace, oh no, Rodney gonna have to pick up the pace to stay up with them. Excuse me. Last time by, they ran a 30.6, both of them. Rodney with the 30.7. Rodney coming across with the 30.7, so gain about a tenth. They come across with the 30.8 as they are battling back and forth. 19 laps to go. Nick putting her down low. We may have a battle bureau in here between Jimmy and Donnie shortly. Looks like, well, hard to say. Donnie is about 2 seconds back behind him. Looked like he was closing it down. Godzilla saying, what a battle! Nail biter. Yeah, it's gonna be a nail biter, period. Because we don't know who's gonna win this. Still, Rodney able to run about a tenth faster than the race leaders. But Pacey back out front. With Nick chomping at the back bumper. Come here, man. Nailbiter is it? Who's got enough fuel? Who don't? Uh oh, Nick go blinky blinky. Bad internet report. Bad internet report. So Pacey's still holding on to the race lead with Nick right there behind him. To be honest with you, I don't know if Pacey even wins the race. He won the stage. I don't know if he's gonna have enough to take over the championship points. He was like 9 points back, so it's definitely gonna be an interesting one to see how the points shake out. But Pacey's still leading. Nick right there behind him. Nick goes back to the bottom. Pacey's still running that high line. Excuse me. Nick getting a little bit of a bite down there. Thought he was going to clear him there for a second. Pacey takes him down to the apron. But Pacey holds on to the race lead. They're bobbing and weaving down the pack chute. Like, who's going to win it? Who's going to wear it? Pacey holds on to the lead. Nick right there behind him. About a car length off of him right now. Nick rotates down, trying to get the move done. Coming off of corner number 2 down the back chute. Able to draw almost side by side. Down into 3 and 4 he goes. But not enough momentum to put him in front of him. Pacey with that top side momentum comes back across. Takes over the race lead. Top 2 drivers running the fastest times right now. Gotta give a shout out to Donnie though. He has ran a really quick time with a 30.066. Your nerves are shattered. I can only imagine how Pacey and Nick feel. Oh, they're having a good time. I guarantee you that. Fastest lap on the track since we dropped the green flag is Rodney with a 30.280. Nick back to the inside, trying to make that move. Still not able to get it cleared. He's got to get that momentum going into the corner. And he's probably going to have to pull a slide job on him. Nick flirting with the wall there. Like, hey, how you doing there? With that wall. Ten laps remaining here. Top two has opened up a gap over Rodney. About 4 seconds back is Rodney. Well, these two have kind of calmed down here a little bit. We're going to go through your racing order. We got Pacey, Nick running P2, Rodney P3, Jimmy P4, the two of Donnie P5, and Lane in the 28 P6. Back to your race leader. They are looking like they might catch up to Lane here for the race in. So that can play a factor as well. And here's our shot watching this. I have a giant electric monster. Nerves of steel. That is funny. Well, that's a good one there. Pacey bobbing and weaving, trying to break the draft down the back chute. As Pacey's still holding on to the race lead. Coming across at the line, 7 to go. We do got a battle brewing here for P4. But honestly, the best battle is right here in front of us. We're going to quickly jump back there for that P4 race. See what they're looking like. Donnie and Jimmy fighting. Donnie trying to look to the outside, but Jimmy holding on to him. Able to pull a little bit of a gap. Jump back up front. As Nick's trying to make a move to the inside once again. Mr. Hop saying laugh out loud, that's funny. Coming across at the line, 5 laps remaining. 5 to go. Who's gonna win it? Who's gonna wear it? Pacey doing his best to try to break the draft here. Down the backstretch, as able to pull about 4 car lengths over Nick here. Four laps to go. Something happened to our battle back there for P4. Looks like Donnie may have scrubbed the wall a little bit, but still back on the chase there to catch to Jimmy. Pacey holding on to it. 3 to go this time by. Did Pacey save enough? Did Nick save enough? There's only a 1 lap difference between these two drivers. Does somebody that's further back come home with the win? Because they saved better than these two. This is the question I got. We've only seen one driver stretch a little longer than 25 laps. And they're at the 25 lap mark with 2 sticks in the air. 2 sticks to go. Nick's gonna have to eyes up that purple car eater and see if he can't get around him. Jimmy and Donnie fighting back there for a position for P4. We're going to stay up here with our race leaders. They're coming to one to go, this time by. White flag in the air. One more lap to go. Pacey out front. Nick trying to find something. Down the back chute they go. Pacey able to pull about 2 to 3 car lengths. Nick gonna send her down low and send her in deep. Tries to get to his back bumper, but Pacey way out there comes across the line with the race win. Pacey with the win. Nick coming in P2. Rodney coming across the race line, coming in P3. The 94 holds off a hard charge and Donnie in the 2 car. For P4, Donnie P5, and Lane coming home P6 with Michael Morgan coming home P7. So congratulations to the 00 for the race win. I'll be honest with you, I don't know if that's enough for the championship or not, but Pacey comes home with the win. And Nick coming home P2 and Rodney P3. Rodney might have came home with the 3rd in points, but I'm not sure on that either. We'll have to check with the officials. We're getting all dizzy there. Round. Alrighty. Alrighty, guys, we're gonna take a quick break here, and we'll be back here with our race winners.
Pace cars off, get ready.
Green flag in the air, Marty waving it like they just don't care.
Green.
Jonathan sends her in deep. He makes contact.
You're watching the Bolt Grand National Series, only on Eric's Wacky Racing.
We're gonna bring in Pacey, our race winner. Pacey, the Eric in the booth. How are you doing tonight?
Pretty good. How much stuff?
Oh, doing great. Well, congratulations with your race win here tonight.
Thank you.
Did everything that you needed to do. Got as many points as you can. Just out of curiosity, do you know who won the points championship?
That's actually what we were all in the call for. We were waiting for the announcement. If it is me, my motor just blew. You won't see any victory donuts or anything like that anymore. On top of that, I'm out of fuel. So I'm pretty sure Nick's got it by, I think, 2 points. But yeah, did everything I needed to do. Just gonna come up short.
Well, definitely a great race here tonight. You ended up with a stage win and then coming home with a race victory. Definitely had a hard charging all the way around, trying to make sure you got all the points you could. So kind of talk us through your race here a little bit and see what your kind of strategy was.
It was just all about leading the most laps, doing everything I could to stay out front, and almost got me on the end of the stage there. Luckily, we all came back topped off, and I was able to leapfrog Nick once again. After that, it was just all about keeping the 6 car behind me. I knew coming in the points was going to be pretty close, but it was just, I think, just a little too far out of reach tonight, and yeah, it was just a fun race. Just trying to keep the 6 behind me, especially that last run.
Well, definitely congratulations with your race victory here tonight. Is there anybody you'd like to give a shout out to?
Shout out to you for broadcasting each and every week, Rodney, for making this all plausible. Shout out to my fiance for always watching. My mom, she's actually babysitting the kids right now, so I could do this. Just looking forward to next season.
Well, cool. And congratulations once again. We're going to send you down there, and hopefully you'll find out here shortly. So, but best wishes here for the next season, and thank you for coming and joining us up here in the booth.
Thank you.
All right, we're going to bring in our second place finisher. That is the 6 of Nick Hapiak. Did everything he could to have the race go his way. Always stayed right there behind that 00 car, making sure that he couldn't outscore him too much. So congratulations, Nick, there with the second place finish here tonight.
Thank you, sir. I gave it everything I had there at the end. I was fairly confident that I had the championship wrapped up, but I still, I'm a racer. I still got to try to go for the win, but I wasn't gonna do anything, really stupid. But yeah, no, that was fun. This whole year's been a lot of fun. It was a dogfight there at the end of this race, and that's the way I like them to finish. I like them close, but everybody's running at the end. I don't like winning anything or giving something away because of a wreck. I like to actually settle it on the track, and I feel like that's the only way really you can find out who the actual champion is to run it all the way through to the end. So I'm glad it was able to finish out, and Pacey was. Me and him were back and forth all year. That was a lot of fun. I got a lot of respect for him. We always raced each other clean, and he could have really easily wiped me out there if he wanted to, and took it. But I had confidence in him that I didn't have to worry about any of that. So, but yeah, it was fun.
Well, congratulations with your second place finish here tonight. Kind of talk us through your race here a little bit.
Well, I'm typically terrible at Kansas. Kansas and Kentucky are my two worst 1.5 mile tracks. So my change tonight was typically I'm trying to go out there and beat the 00. Tonight I spent the majority of the race sitting behind him and trying to learn. So I kind of went to school. Tonight I figured out some things, and it helped me a lot. And overall, it was a smooth race. No damage, no contact. I believe it was caution free except for the stage.
Yep.
Yeah, it was good. I wish I could have been one spot better in the race, but that's fine. I'll definitely take a second place.
So just out of curiosity, because we're getting asked here in the chat as well. Did you win the championship?
When I got pulled in here, it was a yes that
Yes.
I wanted. But,
alrighty.
they were still crunching numbers, but when I got pulled up here, it was 4 points to my advantage. So I think I got it, but I guess I'll find out for sure when I go back down to that other chat.
Alright, so we'll gotta have to talk to Rodney, find out officially, huh?
Yes, sir. That would probably be the best bet, because I was gonna go out and do burnouts, and I parked down there, and I was waiting patiently, and I told Rodney, I said, I don't want to be that guy to go out there and do a burnout and then look like a moron. So I'm just gonna sit here patiently, and I turned my car off, and then it blew up on me anyway.
Oh.
So if I do win it, I just get to sit there in sadness in the pits. So
Well, that's all right. Well, congratulations. You did everything you needed to tonight. It sounds like possibly win yourself a championship. So, is there anybody you'd like to give a shout out to?
Juicy Spider Gaming, Mike Morgan, Casey and Rodney, Aaron for being the race official tonight, you for putting on the broadcast, my parents who watch every week. My dad's going to be going in for surgery here in a few weeks, having heart surgery. So, hopefully, I was hoping it wasn't going to run, right to around the end of the season, because I know he won't be feeling well after, and I wanted to make sure he could watch. So, I'm happy to get the season out of the way so he could finish out these watched all year. I would hate for him to miss the end, but yeah, that's and. I'm going to go back and watch this broadcast. So, again, I appreciate everything you do, and I'll be back next season.
Alrighty. Well, we might be bringing you back up after we get the official news then, so.
Alrighty, sounds good.
Alright, well, you have a great rest of your night if we don't talk to you again. So, we'll hopefully talk to you here shortly then.
Alright, I hope so.
Alright, we're going to bring in our third place finisher, Rodney. Well, Rodney, having a great race here tonight, ended up P3, so congratulations on that.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir.
Kind of talk us through your race here tonight.
Well, I was not very confident in myself because I'm terrible at 1.5 miles, so I went into this race thinking, I was just going to ride around the back, and then next thing I know, it's tracks driving just like Auto Club for me almost. Everybody's just pack racing. We're all riding in line. And then, I pit cycled with Nick, and he pulled out in front of me. I was a little bit more cautious on the apron. That kind of pulled a gap out. And then I was pushing really hard trying to catch them two back up there at the end, and I couldn't do it, and I ended up overdriving it, putting it in the wall. But I'll settle with a P3.
Well, definitely a great race here for you tonight. Well, we're going to ask you for your shout-outs here real quick before we ask you for the official award here. So, anybody you got to give a shout-out here to? Excuse me, as I stutter.
You're good, buddy. I got to shout-out you. You broadcast every week. You do a great job. I got to shout-out my team, PBR. I got to shout-out AC on the win tonight. And I got to shout-out Nick on our season champion.
Alright, so Nick is officially the season champion, huh?
He is officially the champion. Yeah. He won the championship by 4 points.
Alright, cool. Well, how did the points end up, just out of curiosity?
Let's see. Nick scored 5,240, and Pacey had 5,236.
Alright, how about all the way down to
Jimmy?
fifth?
Jimmy had 5,211. I had 5,205, and Lane had 5,197.
So pretty close battle there for you. Ended up being 4, and just quite not enough there to kind of take over that third spot, huh?
No, I knew Jimmy was going to be a tough one to beat, especially he did really well at the road course, and I did really poorly, so that didn't help me at all. But I knew I had to beat. I knew my battle tonight was between Lane and Jimmy, and Jimmy just got a little bit better at it, better than us.
Well, awesome. So, well, congratulations once again with your P3 finish and a P4 finish over the season. So, great finish overall.
I appreciate it.
All right, well, we're gonna go and bring in our champion here, and talk to him a little bit.
Alrighty.
So congratulations, and we'll hopefully talk to you on the next one.
Alright. Thanks, sir.
All right, well, we're gonna bring in our championship winner. That is Nick Happyack, officially in the 6 car, is officially the championship winner here tonight. So congratulations, Nick.
Right.
We got the run through for the top 5 in points. Kind of came in ended up the exact same way they came into this race. Went Nick, Pacey, Jimmy, Rodney, and Lane. That is your top 5. So, congratulations, man. with your championship.
Thank you. This was that was not easy. I will tell you that much. I came into I joined Bolt last season towards the end. I think I did like 3 or 4 races, and because Pacey and another friend of ours, his name's Jonathan Parker, they joined our Friday night league, and I used to be like the Jimmy Johnson over there. I used to win all the time. I had championships left and right, and then those two joined, and I got pushed to the back burner, and I'm like, you know what? I got to figure something out to beat these guys. So I figured, hey, the only way you can beat them is to learn from them, and the only way to learn from them is you got to be on the same track as them. So I went to school and started learning some things. Took some iRacing classes and stuff, and off Pacey actually showed me a lot. He's a big contributor to tire saving and especially gas saving. I don't know anybody that can save gas like he can. I don't know how he does it. I swear his car's a hybrid and he runs on batteries sometimes. But yeah, it's a big thanks to him for all the help, and this feels great. I really didn't think I thought I could give him a run, but I really didn't think I was going to win it, and it feels great.
Well, congratulations. It sounded like you beat him by 4 points, so definitely a great season for you, coming home with the championship. Well, let's see if you got any other new shout outs here for the championship.
Well, we gotta add Pacey in there, and someone who I don't know if they're watching or not, but Jonathan Parker too. He helped me a lot, and it's got me in the running for the championship on Friday nights too. So next week's our last race over there. I'm 2 points behind in second place in points. So I'm if I get 2 back to back, that would I don't know. I'll be pretty excited. It'll be hard to beat that level of excitement. So hopefully all of this momentum will carry over into next Friday too. So.
Well, there you go. Well, congratulations once again with our championship winner, Nick Happyack. So congratulate him, everybody. Thank you for coming and joining us, and thank you for coming and joining us in the booth there, Nick. So we're going to drop you out there. I hope you have a good celebration with your teammates and everybody else down there. And hopefully, best wishes in that race Friday. Hopefully you bring home that championship.
Appreciate it. Have a good one.
Yeah, you too. Well, guys, you heard it. Championship ended up going to be Nick Happyack in the 6th. Pacey Wygant, P2. Jimmy Minch, P3. Rodney Ayers, P4. Lane Myers, P5. That is your top 5. Thank you, everybody, for coming and joining us. I hope you had a great night and had some fun with the race. This is going to be Eric signing off for Eric's Wacky Racing. You guys take care, and we'll see you on the next one.